In this video, I'll be talking about the PAYG income tax system. It's pretty much the way you pay tax in Australia. So just a few things. The tax you need to pay usually gets deducted from your paycheck. Uh, so you don't really have to pay it like your phone bill or like your electricity bill where you go out of your way just to pay for it. Your boss usually does this for you. Also, they calculate how much tax you have to pay based on your taxable income, which is essentially your gross income. So how much money you gained in total for the whole year, minus any tax deductions. And if you don't know what tax deductions are, they're essentially like work-related expenses or donations that you can use to reduce the tax you need to pay. And then once you figure out your taxable income, you would refer to this tax table and whatever bracket you fall under. So if you can see here, this one says from 0 to 18,200. This one says 87,000 and $1 to 180,000. And then you can figure out how much tax you have to pay based on whatever it says here. And I'll be going through an example of that. We had this question where it says, during the 2017 to 18 financial year, Richard earned $10.50 a week from his employer and other sources such as interest on investments. He has receipts for $375 for work-related expenses and donations. All right, now let's say we're asked to find his taxable income. So using this formula right here, it just tells you it's the gross income minus tax deductions. And in this question, right, we're told that he earns $54,600 total. Okay, so that is his gross income, and then minus any tax deductions. So if you read the second sentence, here it says he has receipts for $375 for work-related expenses and donations, which are tax deductions. So you minus it from that. And then that's going to be equal to 54225. Okay. All right, here it says to calculate Richard's tax payable, which I didn't explain before, but it's essentially how much tax you need to pay based on this tax table right here. Okay, so we know his tax table is 54,225. That falls under this bracket right here. All right, and so here it tells us he has to pay $3,572. So I'm just gonna do that. Plus, so I'm just gonna plus here, 32.5 cents for each $1 over 37,000. Now that's a bit wordy, but I'll explain what that is. You just need to figure out how much he earns over 37,000 based on this taxable income. So I'm just gonna write 0.325. That's just 32.5 cents in dollars. Okay, and I'm gonna times that with how much this amount is over 37,000. So you can just find it here. Actually, so plus 0.325 times 54,225, okay, minus 37,000. So this will tell you each $1 over 37,000, right? And then you just want to add these two, and this will give you an amount rounded to 2 decimal places, 9170.13. Okay, so that is how much tax Richard needs to pay. All right, here we have a question where it asks us to calculate the Medicare levy, which is 2% of his taxable income. So pretty easy. We know his taxable income from before. You just want to times that with 0.02, which is 2%. And that will give you $1084.50. So he has to pay Medicare levy of this. And if you don't know what Medicare levy is, it just pays for the Medicare services. You know that green card you have? Yeah, that. And so his total tax that he has to pay, so total tax, is this amount plus this amount. So the tax payable and the Medicare levy, which comes down to $10,254.63. So there's one more thing I need to explain. Sometimes you might be paying too much tax, and when that happens, you get a tax refund, okay? And if you paid like too little tax, then you must pay tax liability to make up for what you've missed. All right, so here we have our final question. If Richard's employer paid 7797 tax, does Richard get a tax refund or liability, and how much is it? So we worked out from before, right? His total tax was total tax that he was supposed to pay was this amount. Richard's employer paid this much. So he's actually paying under because he's supposed to pay 10,000, but he paid 7,000. And so this is actually a tax liability. And then since it's a tax liability, you just want to minus these two and see what the amount is. So if you minus these two, 2457.63. So that is how much extra Richard's employer needs to pay. And yeah, that's it for the PAYG income tax system.